Hello, everyone. I am working on Wallflower today, and please let me know if the audio is acting wacky. I have been researching a lot to get it good, and I did a couple setting changes, so I'm hoping that it will sound better now and more equal with the desktop audio and everything. So if not, then I'll just back to the drawing board and I'll just keep trying. Um, so let's get into it. It's gonna be a short stream today because low energy problems, but I got some inspiration this morning, so I'm going to do so. Fix it up. Hello. Please let me know if this audio, only if you feel comfortable, if the audio's acting wacky. I have updated the sound. I've been researching it. I'm hoping it's better than it was, but we'll see. I'm diving in for Wallflower today, doing some more outlining. I think I figured out some more of what the next scenes need to be, so I am writing that. Teach me, Liam, to cook. Do, 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 do. Episode 31. Episode 32. We have Grant's will reading. Scarlet asks Scarlet asks Hana to move out. Or Scarlet throws Hana out? Question mark. And so then we have Grant's will reading. Scarlet and her get a split in inheritance, and one of Grant's old work buddies gets his company. Episode 33. What happens episode 33? A lot happens in episode 33. Scarlet throws Hannah out. Hannah heads to restaurant rather than bother Liam. Restaurant. I can never spell restaurant. What is wrong with me? Finds herself at restaurant. There we go. I spelled it right. Not sure if she can continue her journey when she sees customer waiting. ML. We are closed. Oops. Okay. We are closed. It's raining. Malin. Malin wanted me to check on you. She's currently out of the country, but she heard ... slumped shoulders and a sigh as an elf follows her into restaurant. Are her brothers then? He sits at the counter and she makes him some hot tea, worried he'll catch a cold. It tastes different. He trails off, seeing... He trails off, seeing her dark look. It's good, just different. Will different be enough to keep this place open, do you think? She says mostly to herself. Silence, but companionable. She has her suitcases, because Scarlet asked for her space. Another home destroyed because of her. She speaks aloud, unknown to her. He offers ride to hotel. They park heart, but as she turns away, Emel's gaze follows her. And then we have episode 34. Oh, and this is after leaving, Scarlet sees Emel at restaurant. Next, continues. Deep light rose. Delete rose. Ending. Delete rose. Bold. Ending, we have Jet. Making list of people who have been stalking. And then that's 34. Meanwhile, in another location, Jet is making a list of people who have been stalking, harassing Hannah. Time to get rid. Wow, I can't spell. Rid of the pests. There we go. All right. Act 3, Act 2 is done now for Act 3. Now I have to figure out Act 3. That only took me 14 minutes. Oh boy. Okay. $35. Now this is going to be the romance arc. Meanwhile, excuse me. Now I have to figure out the arc 3. I feel like I was just figuring out arc 2, and I was. Now I have to figure out arc 3. Oh boy. This is where the romance happens. And I had a couple ideas. What was it? Gets Tech accidentally. Now, should it be a cloaking mechanism or should it like be a time travel device? Hmm. Because it'd be fun to have a little time travel twist. Cloaking or time travel. I did like the idea that I came up with a previous stream where she like time travels back in time and meets the ML. Hmm. When he's her age. Hmm. But how would I set that up? Hmm. This is hard. I'm gonna have another midpoint. Oh boy. Hmm. 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 What to do for Act 2 or Act 3 setup? What should the beginning be? The inciting beginning, getting adjusted in new apartment, unknown to her. Jet also lives in same apartment complex. Should Jet be the one that lives in the same complex? Yeah, because she's not rich enough to afford. No, because she can afford now. To her that ML has the penthouse at same apartment complex. Maybe they meet in the elevator. Episode. I have to say act season 1, 2, season 1. Grand arc there. What is the grand arc for season 3? Season 3, arc 3. And what's the grand arc? I think it's something about her empath abilities. Coming to terms with her empath, that her empath ability has limitations. She can't save everyone. She can't heal everyone. I don't know if that's a very good grand arc, but we'll come back to it. And then we have episode 35 moves into new apartment. I can't spell apartment. That's sad. Apartment meets ML in elevator coming back from restaurant. I can't spell. Ugh. Meets ML. And then we have that. And I want to check something. I had 21 chapters in the first arc, and then I had 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12 in the second arc. I wonder how many I'll have in the third arc. Okay. And then 36. Jet is back. Tries to know Hana. Find out secrets. Shrine to Hana in his room, his apartment. Room, or I don't want to say shrine. Room to Hana. Room. That sounds weird too, but it's better than shrine. 36. We have a Jet episode. 36. Jet episode showing his growing obsession. His not growing an obsession. It's full blown at this time. Full blown obsession with Hana. Room covered in room dedicated with dedicated holograms of her. Her food placed in stasis, discovering that it hasn't been the same since the events of previous year. So it's kind of like a deep dive in there. And then episode 37, we get back to Hana, and we have to have an inciting incident. And this is where I think she should get the technology, but I haven't decided what technology it would be. And it kind of dictates what's going to happen going forward. If I have time travel, it's like a whole nother element. And then I'd have to figure out how they meet and that kind of thing. And then, but if it's a cloaking device, of course, I feel like a cloaking device wouldn't be that like top secret because I feel like cloaking devices would probably already be created in this world already. Whereas time travel is like, I feel like that would be something top secret. But then again, it would be highly, like, if it was time travel, it would be highly guarded, I would assume. Unless he allowed it to be stolen because he knew it would get in her hands. But that would be a whole nother can of worms, wouldn't it? Okay, that makes me feel better now that that's renumbered. Tech stolen. Hannah gets a hold of it accidentally. And then we need to figure out what it is because that would lead into the next thing. Text stolen from ML Company. I love time travel though. It's like one of my favorite tropes. And they say write what you would like to read. This is a hard decision. Text stolen from Al Cunning. Hannah gets it by accident and activates it. Sending her back in time. Time sub-arc. Okay, I guess I'm doing the time travel arc. I don't know why, but okay, I know why. I love time travel arcs. I can't help myself. I love it. I love it. Maybe he knows about her gift because of meeting her in the past. And he's like long since kind of figured out that it's her. Huh. Maybe she saves him. I like the idea that she saves him. I do love ever after moments, like when she picks him up and then like carries him off. I just love that. So maybe have a moment kind of like that. Sent back in time when ML was being attacked. And episode 38, sent to a time when ML was being attacked. Hello! Fanfictioneer guy. Trips, stumbles, flips, and fumbles into the chat room. I always love reading your I always love reading your chats. I've decided to have a time travel trope happen smack dab in Act 3 because I was trying to come up with a tech that would be like top secret enough because like my hubby came up with the idea of like it being cloaking tech, but in this world it's already solar punk and very futuristic. And I was like, wouldn't they already have come up with cloaking technology? Like, if, so I mean, it was a good idea. Don't get me wrong, it was a good idea. But I was like, maybe like, and then in a previous chat, we were brainstorming ideas for my last midpoint, and time travel came up, and now it was stuck in my head. I was like, now I want to do time travel. And I know it's like silly, but I love a good time travel trope. Oh, doesn't that happen to us all? That's happened to me several times. I was working on a previous project before this one, and it was just not going anywhere. And then I came up with this one, and I'm actually I've gotten a lot more progress on it than in the other one. Go for it. Go for it. Jonah, a teenage wolf boy studying game design, meets his new roommate, Calvin, a bio-shifter studying creative writing. After an accidental appearance on Jonah's live stream, Calvin's secret is revealed. As they navigate university life, Calvin's gentle interest in Jonah, especially after meeting Jonah's teasing sister, sparks romance. Together, they embrace their unique identities and build a deep, loving connection. That seems sweet. I like the bio shifter. Like, can he shift into anything, or is it like just shifting um, like faces, like bio shifter? I like that. Bio shifter. Okay. I wasn't sure where the bio shifter was, but now I do. Interesting. Well, it kind of like has a similar theme a little bit to your previous one because the other one was all about genetics and I mean, yeah, not a theme, but almost seems like it could be in the same universe. Do you imagine all your stories interconnecting like all in the same universe? Hello. Hello, Sean. I don't know if you guys have seen my wallflower. Or no, I think Sean has. It's going. I have now gone into Act 3, so progress. Same multiverse. Okay, that's what I thought. Hey, fox is fun. I pretty much think anyone that wants to shapeshift into part animal wants to be a fox. Let's face it. Except maybe panda. I've never actually heard someone wanting to be a panda, but just imagine the cute little panda ears. It would just be so cute. Sometimes the bee. Huh, my microphone is sounding muffled. Don't think it's backwards. It's not backwards. Why would I need to turn into a panda? I don't know, just for fun. It would be cute. Like I said, the panda ears would be adorable. A reverse werewolf. How would that work? Is that like mainly a wolf, but then shifts into a human? Huh. That's interesting about the anthros. A reverse werewolf, if you're curious, is a wolf that turns into a human. Okay, so I was on the right track. Okay. So there's like different categories of animals in the world. That's interesting. I think it would be fun to world build that idea. Like, especially with the different categories of animals and like I'm all about world building and also character driven, but I love building a world around characters and then the characters building the world. I'm words. Um, yeah. I hear like my mic is doing a weird sound, and I don't know if you guys hear it too. I don't know what caused it. I've been trying to make it better for you guys because I know the mic's been a little weird lately. Okay, Pandictionary guy. And she saves him with her gift. Before disappearing back to her time. About him being going to be Doctor Doom. I heard because of a TikToker. Unless there's something else that happened. But if you're talking about the Doctor Doom thing, then yeah. I wasn't sure how I felt about that, but then the TikToker was saying the TikToker was saying that there's like in the comics there was one where like Doctor Doom and Tony Stark switched brains. So it could be like he's playing a Tony Stark body but with the Doom brain, or like in the comics there was like an instance where like Tony Stark became Doom too. So it, it could still work. But as I understand it, it just got announced, so they don't know how they're gonna take a spin on it. I'm not sure. I'm of the opinion that I've always liked the Fantastic Four with that where Chris Evans was I didn't like that Doctor Doom as much, but I liked the Fantastic Four that had I think Jessica Alba as Invisible Lady and that kind of thing. I grew up on that one, but then they all changed it all up. The Doctor Doom in the one with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans. Yeah, he was a bit. I didn't feel like he was very doomy. Of course, also he didn't have like the full on like armor that Doctor Doom like actually has, so it kind of like took away from the doominess. He was just like a CEO that was a brat that turned to the dark side essentially. Yeah. I've not really read the comics or anything, but I've done a lot of research because for various reasons I've written Marvel fan fiction occasionally, and so I wanted to be educated on the various characters. That's also how I found out the Reed is mostly hated by everyone, and I didn't know that. Uh, and and I was told that he was a jerk even in the movie that I grew up on and loved. And then I didn't realize that until I rewatched it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess he was a bit of a jerk. Ooh, audio dramas. I might have to do that. That sounds kind of fun. I don't like some of Doctor Doom's background story. Like I don't like that he went to like a really dark place, like with the dark arts. I don't like that. Um, but his general character, I don't know, is kind of interesting. I think, but I don't think there's ever been a Doctor Doom played where he was like actually like the Doctor Doom that's in comics. Is it? Has there been? Oh, it's free on all podcasting platforms. Okay. So it's probably on Spotify. I'll have to check it out. Oh. Huh. That sounds interesting. Doctor Doom and Reed Richards' daughter traveling through the waste. Interesting. Is the voice actor really good? Like deep deep voice and doomy sounding? That makes all the better. I've been wanting to get into audiobooks. I just and audio thingies, I just haven't really I've like watched or listened to one audio drama and it was uh a Doctor Who one like ages ago. I'd have to look that up. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Kurt Connors. Who was Kurt Connors? I can't remember. Kurt Connors in Spider-Man. Oh, okay. I can kind of visualize his voice. Okay. I'll have to investigate. Okie dokie. Well, kind of, I feel like, not to open a can of worms that is this conversation, but I feel like MCU kind of set a low bar lately, so. If anything's just mediocrely good, you're like, it can be a lot better than what we've been getting. But I shall not go any further. I shall not open the can of worms of that discussion. Do you know, like, about Valerie Richardson, Doom's whole deal? No. I've mostly, to be honest, to be fair, I've only, like, kind of Wikipedia'd Doctor Doom. So everything I know about Doctor Doom is from, like, the multiple fan sites and the Wikipedia about him. So, uh, but it was enough to make me think he was kind of a cool character. Um, so I am not strictly. I don't know a lot about. I just know that he had a lot of different timelines where a lot of things were happening. Okay. And Valerie Richards is that, and that's because Doom had a relationship with um. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. That must have been awkward though, because it wasn't even in the mainline universe. Wasn't he like where didn't they have a thing suing him for like a little bit? Okay, so not in the mainline universe. Okay, good to know. I'm trying to visualize him as a Doctor Doom, but I don't know. He does have a nice voice. Do you think they're gonna make him show his face, or do you think they're gonna go full mask Doctor Doom? There's such thing as doppelganger. Do you think they'll break the fourth wall and explain it, or do you think it? It'll definitely be interesting how they handle it. 30. I haven't really seen the Wolverine movie more than once. I've only seen it once. And I think it was like a later Wolverine movie. It was kind of like about how he became Wolverine. Was that one of the later ones? I can't say that I'm like a Marvel fan because I don't know like a lot of the details about Marvel. I just have enjoyed watching some of the stuff. That's cool. Mm. I have mixed feelings whenever Disney buys something that I enjoy. Like, for instance, they didn't buy it, but Doctor Who. Mixed feelings. Mixed feelings. Shall not get into that. Like, on one hand, like, it could, some episodes of the new Doctor Who was interesting and had some interesting concepts, but I don't know, somehow, like, when there was a lower budget for making, like, the films, like either Star Wars or Doctor Who, it was just like so much better. I don't know. And now that it's like more high tech, it I don't know. It just yeah. Yeah. What do I want to happen after here? Gets a hold of Malin and informs regarding tech. She sends When Iron Man 1 was filmed, I planned to have him actually say the lines he had for the cards, but he went off script and said, I am Iron Man. And apparently the room of reporters acted with genuine surprise. Or genuine response. Huh. I wonder if that happened. I mean, given Robert Downey's personality, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, interesting. Hmm. I like when actors are able to improvise. It can make some really interesting scenes. I mean, it's kind of necessary to improvise in acting, though. Like, I guess for TV and movies, it would be different, but for definitely for stage, it's like necessary. Because there's always someone that forgets their line. Always. Or forgets something, like a prop. Okay, that makes sense. Gets text. She sends brother over with it. There's about not, not put together. She's here. She knows this. Sean got like the tail end of the conversation because we were talking about anthro shifting into panda bears and how it would just be cute. Kids in contact, Enforcement Tech. Dinner with ML. First time she shares empathic ability. After rest. First time she's episode 40. I have to set up the climax. Already? $165 words down. That's still progress. I remember trying to like write every year or every day for a year, and I would try to write at least 100 words each day. And it's surprisingly hard to write 100 words when you're just like brain blocking. I think I do better just writing in like bursts when I sit down to write. Like what kind of writing? And we can probably write upwards to 3,000 to 5,000 words if I put up my mind to it. That's that's awesome and impressive. Awesome and impressive. I was trying to say those two words at the same time and it just did not work out. Like I had a full-time writing job where I would write a fantasy story for a company. Oh wow. Did you feel like you got burnt out faster? Wow. I think that would be really hard on your creativity. I'm trying to make my authorship into a job. It's very gradual progress, but not like I don't want to work at a company. I just want to make my own authorship into a job. Mm. Well, it was probably not something that you picked either, right? So you had to write something that probably wasn't something you wanted to be writing for like every day. Yeah. That had to be really hard. I couldn't do that, I don't think. Like it's hard enough to write when I'm inspired. But to have to write something that just doesn't inspire me and is just like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And if I did do it, I like I said I would burn out faster. Sprints are awesome. I want to eventually possibly figure out how to do sprints for you guys, but I haven't figured that out yet. I'm still trying to make sure like my audio is good for you guys and that kind of thing. Like just simple things. Yeah. You would need to be make sure that you are being paid for whenever, like whatever you um words. Words are hard. Whatever you gave. I Sorry, Sean, I don't think I'm gonna let that one pass. I usually let like certain things pass, but I'm gonna I understand, but I'm just gonna not allow it to pass. I am not vibing with this song. That's better. On another note, just changing the subject. Do you think it's weird to suddenly put time travel in the middle of Arc 3? I mean, like I was saying, like I was trying to find I mean, it worked for me. I was like got past my like weird block that I had. We all have our own paces and that kind of thing. We don't want to make assumptions of what other people are dealing with, and we each have our different trials that we have to go through. I know it can be hard, everyone, because sometimes text. I know I can't. I never can get understand like when people are speaking sarcasm or not when there's text. So sometimes like it takes me a while to get something, but sometimes an apology isn't about, it's just an honest kind of, because you don't want to have hurt someone. Hi, welcome. What you guys working on? We were pterodactyls and ORAM me. I never know what nickname I should give you or how to pronounce your name. Okay, that's easy to remember. I'll just call you Ram from now on. What you working on right now? That's cool. I am trying to figure out if it's too soon to set up my climax in the art Act 3. That can be really hard to be faced with that response on a regular basis. I personally also can't imagine doing that myself. Exactly, especially when it's a set topic that you don't pick yourself. Oh, I didn't mean to press deny, I meant to allow. Basically, he was saying that it's hard when people tell him to basically be quiet about what he's going through, and that can be really hard. It can be really hard when people undervalue what effort you put into something. It can be really heartbreaking. I can understand that. Thank you for apologizing, fanfiction, your guy. Me too. That sounds. Mexican ice cream sounds amazing. Oh yeah. Have you ever had mango with chili? Oh, so good. Or tahine? Mm, that's my favorite combination. Mango with chili is great, isn't it? I love it. Well, I'm glad that you came to realize it and apologized. I really appreciate that. And I think we all have our blind spots sometimes, and but it takes a lot of courage to come forward and realize and apologize for those blind spots. Ram. I really do want ice cream now, though. Oops, I meant to put that row below. There we go. Trying to catch up with all the messages. Everyone just kind of had so many comments. And I'm chuckling because I'm reading the messages that I'm catching up on. Ah, keeps on coming in. Don't come at me, but I didn't really get past the first couple pages of Game of Thrones, the first book. But I don't deal well with a lot of violence and that kind of thing. So, yeah. Oh, when I deal with grief, I just bottle it up and then suddenly it comes out in the most awkward times possible. Usually when someone's telling a joke. Got a little too real there for a second. Ah. Yeah. uh, oops, what did I press? I'm always scared when I press buttons and then something happens. Okay, I think I'm going to go 40 here. And what do I want to happen? What was going to be Kai's arc? Hmm. A Night Called Duck and His Ward Egg. Those sound fun. Oh, interesting. That guy is making so much cash, I'm assuming. Oh, sorry. Good night, fanfictioneer guy. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Fanfic or fanfic guy. Have a good night. Sorry I didn't answer your question. There were so many chats that were going on at the same time. Excuse me. $40. We have Jet makes a customer disappear. I cannot spell. Chapter 40, kidnapping. I thought about it. Honestly, I was like, should I do a kidnapping? What were we saying about the rule of three? It needs to happen a third time. But she's still getting over her trauma of Grant's death, and I'm just worried about having a kidnapping go down. It might. But now that you mention it, I was kind of thinking of having a kidnapping. But I just don't know how I could make it a variety of kidnappings, like make each kidnapping different. That's true. I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming it's true. I think this time I'm gonna have her friend get kidnapped. A road trip movie. Scarlett gets kidnapped instead of Hannah. Kidnappers aren't aware that Hannah moved. Hannah teams up with cousin. Really need to come up with a different name for him. Right now it's Koki, and I need a different name, guys. I need something that's kind of like Asian inspired, but isn't like strictly an Asian name. That sounds weird when I say it out loud. I'm sorry, everyone. I already have a Kai. He's the male lead. Ram, I can't read that. I like the name Kai. It means by the sea or of the sea or something about the sea. Moji. What does it mean? But is it his last name and then his first name, or is it his first name? Cuz that happens. Oh, so it is his first name. Interesting. I must look up what this name means. Moji name meaning. I am awake. That's what it means. Okay. I am going to change Koki to Moji for now because I like it better than Koki. Excuse me. It might change again later on. But it's Moji for now. I can't see what that is. Where is Koki? Koki. With Moji. The unanswerable question. Oh, interesting. Huh. Teams up with Moji to find Scarlet before she's just gotten rid of because she's not Hannah. Maybe they find trail by note left on restaurant door. Maybe catch up. How about Purin? It's technically Wuji, but I prefer the Japanese romanticization. It's Japanese. Komori Otako. For shorter names like Pug or Ace or Todd. Yeah, I'm trying to find a shorter name only because that's kind of like a run-on theme on this of these people. Thank you for all of the ideas, guys, though. Episode. What is this whale noises in the background? There we go. Katsu is good. People remember that easily. What does it mean, Katsu? Victory. Interesting. Oh, and also Katsu. That's true. You know what? I've never tried katsu curry, but I've always been curious about it. It's just like I want the first time I try it to be at a, good place that makes good katsu curry. And I've been nervous to try it for the first time, like worried that it won't be as good as it's supposed to be, if that makes sense. No. And we have Asian food near us. It's just it's just that Like I said, I've just been worried that if I try it somewhere and then it's not as good, it's, you know. But I've been curious about it for a while. See, and that's what I was worried about names wise, Sean. I was like, I was worried that I'd pick a name and it means something inappropriate or something funny. I will let that pass. I don't know. I'll try it the next opportunity. Sean, you're just having a lot of fun with these names, aren't you? If it helps, Moji or whoever his name will be in the future is a detective. I have had boba. I have had boba. So they're like little pearls, edible pearls that like either they're made with honey or they're made with like this other kind of like gelatin material, and they're usually put into drinks. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, so I'm explaining. Tapioca pearls, yeah, exactly. And they're put in drinks like teas or milk teas or all sorts of things. I love that word, oubliette. I just love it. It's one of those words. My hubby loves the word defenestrate. He loves that word. But I love oubliette, probably because it reminds me of Labyrinth. What does cavalcade mean? I'm looking up cavalcade definition. A formal procession of people walking on horseback. Like, okay, I figured it had something to do like with cavalry or riding in vehicles. Okay. Okay. I think it's how Sean was spelling it. Cavalcade. I got this crazy idea for like my obstacle in this, but it's really nuts. I don't think it would. It's too weird. I'll have to, yeah. Defenestration. Fun word. Kidnapping those puppets. Well, I was thinking is like, I don't know. I'll have to run my idea by my hubby. It's a little crazy. Yep. Whenever like we're watching a movie, my hubby and I, and someone gets defenestrated, we're just like defenestration. We point at the screen. Uh, anyways. Okay, I'll talk about it. But it's crazy, okay? So I'm just warning you ahead of time. So, um, basically, people are getting obsessed with Hannah and her food because um, she's an empath, so she's like imparts what they need that day in the food, like imbues it with an emotion that they might need. So like a whole bunch of people get really obsessed with her food and essentially her. And so like there was like a whole bunch of things where like people have tried to like kidnap her and make her like be their personal chef. So I was wondering if see this is where it gets weird. I was like wondering if maybe like this like black market like kidnaps her and then like tries to sell her to like all these rich people that have been like wanting to have her as their personal chef. Told you it was weird. I told you it was weird. I yeah, but it's not just, really? So if you were reading a scene and that happened, you would be like, "Whoa, this is really weird." Or maybe you would say it was really weird, but you'd still enjoy reading it, maybe. Well, it fits the world because I think I mentioned this in a previous one with you guys, but um, it's kind of a mania world, and by that, it's everyone has heightened emotions. So they're kind of like all a version of a dere, like a Japanese yandere, tsundere, etc. Everyone is like a certain designation of that. So I was thinking, yeah. So that's that's the world. Well, I feel like they'd have a tracker or something on her because she gets either her or like people close to her always get kidnapped or killed. So it would be interesting if the police are in on it. That would kind of like lead to like kind of the idea I had for the ML coming to the rescue in his own way, kind of like giving her more power so that she's protected. But I've also am trying to like have more opportunities where they've like interacted before he like comes to the rescue because I kind of feel like I need a scene here at least where that happens because they haven't really had a lot of interactions and this is supposed to be their arc, so I'm going back and forth with the possibility of a marriage of convenience and it's meant from his perspective to protect her from all these like crazy people. That would be good. I'm going to write that down. Or something, a variation of that. Is there insurance for being kidnapped? Or is they're talking about life insurance? I could make it because it's a world. I mean, if it's a mania world and like everyone's heightened emotions, maybe they already have something like that in place. There is? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna put kidnapping insurance question mark. I don't know. We were on the subject. Interesting. And is the insurance for like the ransom? My question makes me sound like I don't know how insurance works, but okay. That would be a good book. uh, the insurance agent. It just reminds me for some reason. Yeah, because Ram's writing. What you writing? Actually, I don't know what you're writing yet. Oh, cool. Fantasy medieval. Cool. Does it have like a little bit of technology or something? Separated, and she grabbed someone else while she's distracted, hearing that Mochi got Scarlet to safety. Taken to a black market where they try to sell her to the highest bidder. Not European medieval. Let's say that part of the derby is that I can't see. That's fine. Still, it's cool that you're taking part of that kind of contest or that the derby, and it sounds interesting. This story is going so wild, but it seems to be going in the direction I want it to go, so that's good. Hmm. Mo proposes marriage and Vivian to keep Hannah safe under the power of his family slash company. Hmm. This is definitely different from anything I've written before. That's annoying me. 45, 46, 47. I'll probably change this again later, but it's annoying me right now. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Hmm. Okay, so I had this happen. what's his arc again? Okay. Thinks it over and guess bedroom. $45. Thinks over proposal. Calls. Tell him details. But basically asks if she had sure she who you think would make you happy. I don't know. Very bare bones of a conversation just to give me some springboard ideas. And then we have wife is changed again when she becomes change becomes engaged to ML. Engaged to ML. Released on news, interviews, Liam. Calls Moji, tells him she's safe, becomes engaged to ML, released on news, call from Liam, call from parents. Hello! Well, hello and welcome. If you're talking about my outlining, it's a little all over the place. I'm outlining a web serial, and I'm in Act 3 of doing so. So, almost done outlining before I get into writing. What are you up to today? Nice. What's your favorite genres? That's a run joke because there's a lot of kidnappings in my story. Thrillers. Nice. I occasionally like watch thrillers. Like I like suspense. But I have to be in the mood for it. I haven't read a lot of thriller novels though. What are your favorite thrillers? Or one that you've read recently that you've liked? Along the Nile River. Interesting. Is it a mystery too? I'm not sure what manga that is, but Along the Nile River. Looking it up. Amelia Johansson. By Amelia Johansson. Nothing's coming up. Is it one of those books that you can only find in bookstores on occasion? Or you have to like get from the original publisher? Interesting. I'll have to like try to find it. I love niche books. Um, books. Indeed. Amelia Johansson. Maybe search by the author. Amelia Johansson. Author. Oh, that's not her. There's a Amelia Johansson that does craft books, and that's obviously not her. Hmm. That's okay. I have to think of an obstacle. I think I'm going to enter in more, so I always enter it in the wrong. Oh wait, I did enter in the right place. Thank you. Lindita Nicola. Oh wow. Lindita Nicola. Author. Is the author or is the book based on a true story? Just looks. There's just a whole bunch of books about or things about a Lindita Nicola, who's been on a lot of news articles and stuff. I'm just wondering if that's the same person. Yes. Shows her as Albanian and that she was a police officer at one point. Lindita Nicola. Yeah, I can't find her books anywhere. That's hard. What do I want to happen next? What are some other authors that you enjoy? 10 chapters. Do I need a chat episode? And operators. This needs to be black. Moses market to news. Identity question mark? Oh. Okay. That's a good idea. Hack surveillance cameras that are supposedly keeping Oh, Prade, I think you were getting confused. Ram was talking about the episode that I was writing out. At least the second message he sent. That are supposedly keeping the clients and operators safe. That is a good idea. Bye. Oh, no. Well, thank you for visiting. What were the other authors? Ricardo Sotil. Ricardo Sotil? Huh. I haven't figured out how to put those on the screen yet. I need to research it. Oh, if you meant to do like a sprint for all of us. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I've seen a couple of clocks that people have done, but I haven't seen timers. I shall do so. Maybe next time I'm on one of Oracle. I think Oracle does a time thing. Or she does, it might not be a timer that she uses. I'll just ask maybe next time then. Well, I think I'm nearing the end of this stream today. Ooh, I'll look that up. Okay, interesting. All right. Then I'll just close the stream since you're heading off. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining. See you next time.